Gracefully Grayson, Chapter 12. Nobody moves and nobody says anything, and my words hang out in front of us like fog. My heart is pounding all around me. I watch Finn watching me and Miss Landing watching him. His face is calm, but he's studying me carefully now. I want to look down again, but I don't let myself. He takes a deep breath. "Well," he says, and then he doesn't say anything for another minute. He picks up his gray pen and studies it, like he's trying to decide how to start the story that he's about to write. I can't move, and I can't tear my eyes away from him and Miss Landon. I don't know how much time passes, but it feels like forever. Finally, Finn opens his mouth to talk. "I suppose," he says slowly, like he's thinking aloud, "I suppose that there's no reason why you couldn't try out for Persephone." I nod. My heartbeat sinks back into my chest, and I start to breathe evenly again. "I mean, a tryout is just that, right? A tryout?" He continues, and then he pauses again before saying, "What I mean is, yes, of course you can. Why shouldn't someone be able to try out for whatever character they choose? But Grayson," he continues, looking at me carefully, "I should add, if we do feel that you're right for this role, of course we'd need to sit down and talk about things, about how people might react." An image of Ryan's and Sebastian's faces pops into my mind, and my heart starts pounding again. I hadn't even thought of that, of what everyone else would think. "Yeah, but Finn's voice interrupts me. "But it's premature to talk about that now," he says, and nods his head a final time. "Go for it, Grayson. Let's see how you do. Reading for Persephone. Persephone." I let the name bounce around in my mind. I don't even want to imagine what people would say. A boy cast as a girl. And I think again of Ryan and Sebastian and Jack and everyone else for another second. I think that maybe I should try out for Zeus, or forget tryouts, or join crew. But Finn's brown eyes are deep and kind. I'm frozen in front of the long table, and the faraway shadow of a hand from another lifetime has slowly rested itself upon my shoulder like an echo. It smells like hand lotion and the clementine it just peeled and broken to pieces in front of me. "Stay," it offers. I close my eyes for a second. I see endless black dotted with glimmers of gold. I focus on them, on the sparkling lights, and then I open my eyes. "What page?" I ask. Miss Landon looks at Finn one more time. He nods at her, and she clears her voice. 27, she says. "This is where Hades is trying to convince Persephone to be happy in the underworld. We're having people who try out for Persephone." She stops for a second and clears her throat again. "We're having you read this section because it's a part where Persephone shows a lot of passion and emotion, and we want to see how you would manage this intensity." She opens her copy of the play. "I'm going to read for Hades. You may see us taking notes while you're reading. This is nothing to be alarmed about. You can start at the top of 27 whenever you feel ready. And Grayson," she says. I nod and swallow hard. "Good luck." I scan the words, and before I know what I'm doing, I start to read. Persephone paces around Hades' throne. She's peering out of every window one by one and choking back tears. I envision myself in her shoes. It's not that hard to do, and I can practically see the dark gardens of the underworld in front of me. "You must release me," I state firmly, finally turning to face Hades. I try to hide my emotion from him. Evil seeps from his menacing eyes, and I don't want him to think he has won. "My mother cannot exist without me," I read, but I know that what Persephone must really mean is I can't exist without her, and I hear my voice catch as I think of Mom's face in the picture on my nightstand. "Of course she can," Miss Layden reads, "and she will." "No." My voice is steady now, but I can sense Persephone's longing. I need to leave. "I will bring you everything you want," Miss Layden states. "Within reason, of course," she adds. I look into Hades' cold eyes. My mother will figure out a way to come for me. Zeus will help her, or I will figure out a way myself. Hades laughs a horrible laugh. I'm trying to scare him, but the truth is that his powers are much greater than mine. "Please," I beg, "just let me return home." Hades grins, sensing his victory, and suddenly I realize that I still have some control. I step forward firmly. "All right, then." I make my voice cold to match his. I will remain, but as long as I am here in this cold, dark, evil land, I will never smile. I will never eat. I will never do anything but try to get home. Suddenly, Finn tells me I can stop. I look up from the page 28 of the script, and I feel almost surprised to be back in the burgundy room. Finn and Miss Landon stare at me, and then slowly they look at one another, smiling. "Thank you, Grayson," Finn finally says, turning back to me. "That was very, very well done." In a daze, I hand him the script. He takes it, and for a minute, nobody says anything. "So, I'll see you tomorrow morning in Humanities," he finally adds, and I nod. I walk through the passageway and the curtains into the cold air. My eyes sting in the light as I walk across the stage and down the wooden steps. I gulp air awkwardly. I notice the hard floor beneath me. I feel like it's the first time my feet have touched the earth.